Alright, welcome back to Asgard. This is episode 3 of our Revolution 2 Minecraft Let's Play. If you notice, I did kind of carve out a little area for a farm. We're going to get that built today. I know we were planning on getting that yesterday, but it didn't work out. Actually, I might expand this out one more in each of these directions just to make it even. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Not right this second, though. And I did actually find a village, and I raided it, and I found a lot of stuff in there. I did go ahead and collect all the agricraft seeds and whatnot. I haven't started using any of this stuff. If you notice, we did actually find a little bit of iron, electrical steel, and gold in there. So I'm actually going to put it in there. And I did find quite a bit of tin, a little bit of iron. And I also built this. This comes out right underneath our mill. And we can go up here and access the mill input. Because today we're going to build a slice and the wooden bucket and stuff just to get through the quest. But we are going to go ahead and build a sifter from harder ores. That way, like for example this, if we cook this tiny tin, we would get nuggets, and then if we combined 9 nuggets, we would get 1 metal. Well, if we used a sifter, we could actually compact these, and then we could make 8 of these tiny piles into 1 dust that makes an ingot. So we'd actually get a little bit better output from our metals, which early on that is very much ideal. We are going to go over here. Since I got the mill set up, I went ahead and got bone meal and started prospecting with bone meal, which is actually quite a bit easier than just digging into the ground where there's flowers, because we can kind of monsters. We can kind of figure out exactly where the metals are that way. Because, for example, I bone milled here, and I bone milled around here, but right in here there was poor Joe flowers. And also, I will say, the area we're at right now, there is tin all underground here. All over the place. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop a block there. But yeah, and this is where I just spawned a kit just so I could get some food. I left everything there. I did find a new place that we're actually going to live. I'll show you that later in the episode. I haven't got too much done there just yet because I've been, really working on trying to get all these metals and stuff. But I did find a really nice area where we're actually gonna, once we kind of get started, because it is a high altitude area, so it'll be a little bit harder, if we just jump right in there as far as getting wood and food and things of that nature. I'm not gonna mine all this on camera, but I just wanted you to see that I did find a huge deposit of iron down here. I'm not sure how far out it spreads, and if you notice, this has a lot of little nodes on it. So, for example, this one will probably get, maybe 10 or more pieces from this one ore. So, and there's actually a couple in here like this. I've actually mined a couple as well. So, see, we finally broke it, and see, there's more behind it. There's more there. All over here. It's actually quite a big node. There's a little bit of cinnabar, but we can't mine that yet. That's a really good ore. So, I did want to show you that real quick. Now, for the area that I was talking about that I plan on building, I went ahead and marked it because you can have up to 3 homes on here on the Devco servers. So, we'll jump over there. Right now I've just been building out of cobblestone, just kind of a shell, just to get an idea. But I thought it was a really nice area. So we're going to step out here and see. If you notice, we are at white level 183 right now. And you've got this this cyan stained clay, which actually makes the mountain kind of nice looking. And if you look up at the mini map, it actually looks really cool from the mini map as well. It almost looks like a, you know, a snowed over volcano. And another thing I did notice when I was messing around on here and everything, Enviromine is actually in the pack. I didn't realize it at first because we don't have the air and sanity meters. I guess that's disabled in this pack. But let's say we were building up like this, and we wanted to come out and make like a roof or whatever. See, we can't. It has to have support, and it depends on the type of building block. I know, for example, like bricks are really heavy. So if we were building out of bricks, we wouldn't be able to build the roof out of bricks. But I did go ahead and I went ahead and claimed all this, and I just thought the view was really nice all the way around. One kind of strange thing, and it's something I've noticed in this pack on and off with the terrain gen and whatnot, is right in here. If you notice, it's just straight flat wall all the way down. Now I do know a meteor is right down there from Applied Energistics, which I know those cause when the world's generated and the meteors generate, they cause some destruction and stuff. But we have completely smooth walls. There's quite a few spots in here that have it. If you notice, I might actually, like long term, I might terraform this slightly just so we get rid of those flat walls. Or we might do something else in that area, but I'm not a huge fan of the flat areas. And also right down here, as I was making my way over to this mountain, if you notice right down there, I actually found a Thaumcraft altar. And I already looted the chest and everything, but I'm hoping one day when we get a supply of metals going, I'm going to get it with a diamond dolly and take it over to our base, and then we can spawn wisps, like pretty easy and cheaply. However, long term we'll probably do something else like a powered spawner or whatnot, but starting out it's just a whole lot easier to use just the standard spawners and farm it that way, because we will be using a lot of essence and stuff for Thaumcraft, because I do get quite a bit into the Applied Energistics Thaumcraft stuff, and I kind of go overboard with my storage, so just be aware. I like everything to have its own place and whatnot, and I'm also kind of a hoarder on here, so. But we'll get into that all later. It'll take us a little while to get into Thaumcraft. But yeah, if you notice, it's actually kind of a nice area. You do have to watch out for avalanches, because when it starts snowing, the snow builds up and then it just starts rolling down the mountain, and you will get crushed by it if you're not careful. So that is something to watch for. Let me eat this food real quick and we'll run back home. If you noticed, actually, I left the waypoint up. Whoops. I left the waypoint up, but I did die in between last episode and this one. Yeah, right over there. I was kind of out exploring, trying to see what's over this way, and I discovered that mutant monsters are in the pack. So I got attacked by a spider pig or two spider pigs actually, and a mutant zombie. So I didn't survive naturally in just leather armor. Also, we did find an ender sword in the village. We found some little odd and end things, some ender pearls, uncommon treasure, which I'm going to hold off on opening that, just because if you notice, storage is kind of an issue. And I did start chopping down. We got some really big redwoods behind the house, so I chopped down one of those, got like 4 stacks of wood just to bite us over on that. So, And if you don't recall, we can actually just input our iron into here, and it'll start working. So, and yeah, like I said, there is a lot of tin underground here, all through here. Because I've actually dug down in like 5 or 6 spots, kind of seeing what all's down there, and every one of them had a ton of tin. So, but first thing we're going to get started on, we're going to go ahead and make our sifter. So, we'll need the wooden bucket, which I did, like I said, I did go and get cactus. So, and I was cooking up some charcoal, because coal is somewhat rare. We'll just cook it with sticks, though. Yeah. So we'll cook that up, get our cactus grain, and let's make our wooden bucket, which will be 3 planks and a stick. Let's see. I got a bunch of chests right there. Let me put up some of this junk. I know I got bones in, yeah, this one. Okay. Oh, here they are. And yes. We got our wooden bucket. Now, before we do that, actually, let's go ahead, because I don't know if there's going to be another quest going into the sifter or not, but we'll go ahead and make our sieve, but that's not the name of it, is it? What is it? Oh, our slice. I don't know why I was thinking sieve, like too much sky blocks or something. Anyway, that's just planks and sticks, so that's not an issue. I'm going to go ahead and make some more sticks with those spare planks. And that should finish out our quest. We'll get a muddy helmet and a blueberry bush from Natura, which, if you're not familiar with blueberry bushes, they're actually quite nice. I'll show you why. Just don't know where we want to put it. I'm actually just going to put it right back here. Oh, I got one piece of dirt. It's perfect. We're just going to put it right back here for now. So, then we'll let that grow. Basically, that's going to grow, and it's going to grow up to 3 high. But it died. Okay. Huh. I didn't know they could die. It must be something with, I don't know, some of that realism stuff, like Enviromine, or I don't know, something. But we lost our blueberry bush. But had it grown, what it was going to do, we should have planted it outside, I guess. It would have grown up to 3 high, and we could have broken the top 2 and replanted them and spread it that way. And then we can, of course, gather blueberries off of it. So, the slice, if you've never messed with it, I remember the first time I started messing with them, they gave me such a headache trying to do anything with it. But basically, what we're going to do, let's go get some water, and you place it above ground, and it'll calculate blocks beneath it and generate metals based on what blocks are down there. So, let's see. We're going to go ahead and place it. Let's see here. Yeah, this is where our, let me put like a little something here so I can find this easier. That's where all that iron is. So, we're actually just going to place it right in here. We'll put the water stream oops. don't actually have to do all this. I don't know actually why I'm even doing it. Never mind. I was going to do something, but then I realized it's actually not going to work out, so. Okay, so this will be where our slice is. So we're going to dig out this area a little bit. It's actually nighttime, so we might go ahead and sleep. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I remember that I had a ton of issues with this thing, trying to get it to work and all, the first time I ever used it. But I believe we actually need to craft up one more set of slice. I think they go in sets of 3, and then we're going to need a hopper. Stop it. And let's see here. Okay. Just have to make some planks. That's not a problem. I was trying to use up some of the junk in these chests. I'm going to get it all organized, hopefully, between this episode and next. And we'll just kind of move between our new house and this one. So, but anyway, it's nighttime right now, so let's have a look at the quest book and see what we can get ourselves into next. In order to get the slice to work, we need to place the 4 slice blocks down in a row with 8 identical wood planks right in the sides of the slice. Okay. Head of the slice. Okay. So we need tiny iron dust, which we actually have quite a bit of. We might be able to do this quest without using the slice right now, which we will still use it. Yeah. And we'll get a raspberry bush, which hopefully we'll have more luck with. I'm going to be a little bit more careful with it and hopefully not kill it. So we got 18 raw iron and some muddy boots, which we'll stick them in here for now. So our next quest is actually getting an iron pick and an iron axe. We'll actually get some ammo, a backpack, a sword, and 1 of 2 reward packs. So that'll be nice. Let's go ahead and put this iron in so it can start working. And what we're going to do now, since, let's see, we've already built this, and there's the sifter that it's wanting us to make. So I'm actually going to go ahead and make the sifter now, because once we get this built, it's going to make our life a whole lot easier. So we've got 4 bars. We're going to need 6. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get 18 iron here. And where's our coal? Charcoal. Okay, we'll go ahead and cook that up. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of our buckets that we found in the village, because while that's cooking up, because once we use our wooden bucket, I always like to have a bucket on me, and we're actually going to need one for filling out this farm in a minute. So you'll actually see, yeah, you'll see the dirt start dropping down. That is EnviroMine at work. So just so you know, it makes building a lot more, makes it a lot more realistic. I mean, you can't just pile blocks up however, you know, but it does also make life quite a bit more difficult, because you got to be aware of putting in supports and everything, as well as building in a way that you can actually put what you want to in the room while having the supports. Now you can actually build a domed area. If you notice, this one's kind of coming out domed already. So that's possible to do without putting supports everywhere. So you can actually use the ceiling to support it. But once again, you're not going to be able to build with bricks. So, which I don't personally know why you would build your ceiling out of bricks. But, you know, if you do, that's all well and good too. So, this should be done cooking. Oh my gosh, so slow. Alright, so, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make a mad dash for the river. And I also want to throw this raspberry bush down outside. Somewhere. Right there will work. Oh yeah, we can't just place torches wherever, because otherwise everything will burn. Actually earlier, if you notice, my front door is no longer the... Oh, no. Bad time for FPS issue. But yeah, if you notice, my front door is not a carpenter's block door anymore, and that is due to me placing a torch too close to it and it just burning away. So, you'll also notice that there is snow everywhere. When the other day it was raining, for some reason, which I don't know if it's due to the fact, I mean, I'm in a plains biome, I wouldn't think it would be snowing here. It's very possible that there is some sort of weather mod in play or something. I'm not entirely sure on that. But it did just start snowing here when I was working off camera, so I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put these torches one higher all the way around, just in case, because it seems like everything likes to burn on here. Oh shit! That tore right through that hole like really quick. And one thing we will do is place that. A lot of times I'll use half slabs or something. It just depends, but since we are dealing with, you know, the bricks wanting to fall and everything, we're just going to go ahead and build a pillar in the middle. Put torches on here. And I think that looks alright. You know, for a temporary fix anyhow. Let's go ahead and build us, I think one more hoe ought to do it, and we should be able to get through our farm. And then once the sun comes up, we will go set up that slice. So, I could cut camera, but I figure we're actually getting it done. And we're waiting for that iron to finish cooking, so. And it was kind of funny, I did notice, when I went to the mining world, I happened to have taken the food with me that we actually got at the end of the last episode from our little plants we planted down by the river. And what the hell? Weeds. Great. So, for the record, this pack does have weeds in it. So, fun times. So be aware of that. So for right now, but yeah, I took the food with me that we had gotten at the end of the episode, last episode, and we ended up, it all rotted when I teleported over to the mining world. So now the wheat didn't. Wheat does not seem to rot. So I guess since there's weeds, I'm gonna go ahead and break all these agricraft sticks. I keep hearing this sound like lava is burning or something. I don't know what it is. So, due to the fact that there is weeds in this pack, I may, between this episode and next, I may start getting into agricraft pretty heavy to get 10-10-10 so we don't get weeds as often. Somewhere in here, somewhere, I can't find it though. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. I'm blind. We did get a seed analyzer from Agricraft, so that's definitely nice to have. I'm actually just going to stick it kind of in the wall right here. And you can actually put seeds in here. Of course, the recipe isn't terrible if you had to make it. Just some glass pane, a slab of stone, a slab of wood, 2 wood planks, and 3 sticks. Not a difficult recipe at all. But we did just, I saw that and I just grabbed it. That's not centered. I'll probably change that later, but not right now. Anyway, now we're trying to get food taken care of. Let me grab some food because I'm actually getting hungry. There was another pear right there, but it's gone now. Okay. That didn't do a whole lot, but keeps us alive just a little bit longer. So let's grab our iron. And we'll make a couple ingots here. Place them like that, get our iron bars. And then we're going to need more wood. So let's go ahead and grab that. And we'll place the wood like this. Iron bars at the top, wooden bucket at the bottom, and that gets us our sifter. Now we're also going to need, we're going to need to get actually more wood. I'm just going to make quite a bit. We're going to need to make a couple more of these wooden hoppers. And we'll go set this up, and I'll show you how this works. This is actually one of the things you're going to want to build pretty quickly. I think that's set up right. We'll set that there, and then let me think here. If I put a chest underneath that, can we still open it? I can't remember. Yeah, okay. So if you notice, iron dust is coming through here. So what we could do, let me open this up just a little bit so we can actually reach the top. So if we wanted to, we could take let's say the iron dust, the tin, all that stuff. And we can put it into the top here, which here in a minute, you know, once we put the metals into the mill, it's just going to be an automatic process. So if you notice now, we're starting to get 10 dust, which these, it's taking 8 of them at a time and outputting, say, through the sifter to get us 10 powder, which then we can just cook that up and get, you know, 1 ingot instead of using 9. So that's a plus. I didn't think about it. We could have just did the piles instead of cooking them up as ingots earlier. Oh well. Now you know. And let's go ahead and get us more iron going. And yeah, so we'll be working through all of that stuff. And we'll have to keep an eye on the farm. Like I said, between this episode and the next one, I will work on getting us some 10-10-10 seeds. So once that is done, that'll help out quite a bit. So, and you can also use the meal for other things, like you've seen me do it for metals and for bone meal, but you can also use it for like making wheat making flour from wheat, as well as most things that you could grind, like within reason, you can use them instead. Why is this doing that? I think it was trying to freeze on us. So, oh, good. Wonderful. The snow just melted and destroyed our water source. So that is always delightful. So I might actually build something here to protect the water source. Actually, just something like that, just to keep it safe and keep it from being destroyed again. So, and hopefully by the end of this episode we'll get that iron pick and iron axe made. I do need the iron pick anyway, because like I showed you last episode, I did come across some redstone. I can't currently mine it yet until I get the iron pick, so that would definitely help us out quite a bit. I'm not going to worry about claiming the Sifter. I don't think anybody's going to bother it. If you notice, this server's not too busy right now. Revolution's not. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Oh, I did forget to bring planks with us. We are going to need those, and another chest would be nice as well. But this is almost set up, so then we'll test it out, and then we'll probably, once we get that set up, we'll probably call the episode there. I've actually got a little bit done today, the Sifter and the Sluice. Let's see, get a chest, and we're going to need some planks. We're actually going to need 8 of them, so let's grab 2 pieces of wood here. And I could really do with some food. Actually, I'm going to use this kit tools again, because I haven't used it for a bit. Hopefully here soon we won't even have to be relying on that. That's just kind of there to help you get started, because unless you want to go out and kill pigs and cows and whatnot all the time, which with the food rotting and everything, that's quite a pain at times. Because I've pretty much, other than the sheep and chickens that are over there, because I was holding off on the sheep, I can get mutton from them, but I don't want to just totally annihilate all the animals in this area. So I was trying to hold off from killing everything in the area. I was trying to find, I've got a stack of gravel, which this slice, once we have it set up, it's somewhat of a multi-block. You'll see it's going to change here in just a second to kind of like a multi-block structure. So, yeah. Now what we got to do is we got to place these planks along the edges, and we're going to break this out. We're going to put the chest right down here, and then we're going to put the hopper there on top of it. And why are you not connecting? Why are you no connect? Am I supposed to break it? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. What the hell was that sound? Anyway, we can throw gravel on top of this, and It's not working. Okay. Let's see if we throw it one at a time. Maybe that? No. Oh. See, that one turned into flint. I think it's catching some of them and changing them, but not all of them. So, there, see, it made more flint that time. But you kind of have to limit, I think you have to limit how many you put in there at a time or something. Yeah, see, that time it took 3, and there we go, see. We got a tiny iron dust. Part of the reason I don't mess with this thing a lot is because it's honestly... Oh, shit! We got creepers. Yeah, I'm gonna head back up to the house, and between this episode and next, I'll keep messing with it and see if we can kind of optimize it. Like I said, I don't usually use it all that much because, in my experience, it's just more of a pain than I'm willing to deal with, I guess. But we are getting iron dust from it, so we'll see if we can't make it a little bit better and figure something out there. So, but all right, I guess we're going to end the episode there. Between this episode and next, I am going to work on the tower area a bit more, so maybe before long we can get moved over there. I'm also going to work on getting 10-10-10 seeds for our farm. Work on that slice. Oh, before we end, let me grab iron here. We're going to need 6 pieces, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and use a piece of coal for it, or charcoal, because we do, in fact, have enough. I mean, there's redwoods back there, quite a bit of them, so I'm not too worried about using charcoal, because I can quickly make more of it. And actually, while we're waiting for that to cook, I'll briefly show you how to, if you're not familiar with it, how to do crossbreeding for agricraft. So we're going to go ahead and make a agriculture journal. These things are pretty easy to make. They just take 4 crop sticks, which crop sticks, whoops, wrong thing here. Crop sticks are just 4 sticks like that, and you get 4 crop sticks. So pretty simple. Let's see. I'm going to need a book and quill. You know what? I'm not going to be able to make the agriculture journal yet because I don't, or wait, yeah, because I don't have any ink. And I haven't actually seen any squid that I recall in the river out here, so I may have to go out and see if I can find some squid and whatnot. But we can actually still use this crossbreeding. So what we would do is we would take these seeds, so like these, and you can go ahead and scan them. I'm betting you they're going to be 111, which they are. Of course, we've already got weeds here. We're going to go ahead and plant that there, and then once they get fully grown, which it'll take them a little while, but once both of these get fully grown, you don't want to harvest them. You want to instead place crossbreeding sticks like this, which all you do is place crop sticks, then place more crop sticks on top of it, and then after a while they will produce a new seed there in the middle that is a crossbreed between the two. Now if you're just doing wheat seeds like this, what's going to happen is 9 times out of 10 you're going to get a better seed, so maybe a 211 or something. and you'll just keep doing that until you get 10, 10, 10, which it covers the speed it grows, the strength, which is its ability to resist weeds, and the ability to cut seeds off of it and make seed packets with the clippers, I believe it's called, and then also how much you get when you harvest it. So making the 10, 10, 10 is very much worth it. So, but there's our axe and our pick, so we can actually complete this quest. I probably don't actually have inventory space, so let's throw some of this random shit in here, like so. Okay, now we've got some space. We'll go ahead and turn this in, and we get a sword, a backpack, which the miner's backpack, what's going to happen is ores and stuff are going to go into that, and just that. So it'll fill up with metals and different things, and it's kind of nice to have. We get a couple of clips for our gun and one of these. So we're going to take the one on the left and hope that it's actually something good this time. So let's take a look here. I'm going to put some of this stuff up for right now. And I actually got some pages for the Chromic Lexicon. I'm not going to pop them this episode because we've already ran it pretty long. I'm going to wait till the next episode. So we got the Chromatocraft crystal pack, looks like. So we're just going to... We actually got a couple info fragments as well. So I'm actually just going to put even more chests over here. And there. Okay, and then we also went ahead and completed this tilting spears at windmills. We get a blackberry bush, 64 sand, and one of these reward bags. We're going to take, once again, the one on the left, and hope we get lucky. So let's take a look. I'll put that in there for now. I'm scared I'm going to kill them. We got sand, flint, gravel, dirt, and clay, a stack of each, which that will actually come in handy for us, so that's not too bad. So our next quest, we got Sifting the Night Away, which we've already done this first part, but we're going to need 4 iron dust, which we could actually go grab that real quick. I think we've got that already. Yes. So, there we go. And we'll get 64 clay, 8 coal, an engineer's manual, which we're going to use for immersive engineering, which is actually a fun mod if you haven't played with it. We'll get into that probably in a couple episodes. So, and we'll get an iron hoe. Now they're wanting us to make a coke oven, which is a little bit... I mean, we've got the stuff to make it, but we're not going to do it this episode. I may get the stuff together. Tool tinkering, we're going to have to build an anvil. We don't have nearly enough iron for that. Tie me up, tie me down. We're going to have to make a tanning rack to start tanning our leather, which we may get into that next episode as well. But like I said, I believe this episode is running somewhat long, so I do believe we're going to call it there. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. All of that's much appreciated. I'll try to get a bit done, especially building and getting this farm all set up and stuff between this episode and next. And hopefully we'll get quite a bit done next episode as well. So, but until next episode, take care, and I will see you then.